Hello friends. Well, my name is Sunil Ranjan and I am an English teacher. Now in this session I have come up with a poem, The World is Too Much With Us, and this poem is written by William Shakespeare. Now, The World is Too Much With Us is a sonnet by the English romantic poet William Wordsworth. The title means that mankind has become too worldly and has begun to believe in materialistic way of life. Now in this poem, Wordsworth criticizes the world for its progress in the field of science and technology with its first industrial revolution that transformed human thinking and materialistic mindset began to lead the lifestyle of people. Mankind distanced itself from the beauty and symphony of nature. The main theme of this poem is the deadly effect of materialism in the modern world. The poet laments the loss of man's close contact with natural world in the wake of heavy industrialization and a greater desire for worldly success. Now coming to the lines of the poem. The world is too much with us, late and soon. Getting and spending, we lay waste our powers. Now the explanation. In these lines, the poet speaks about the worldly cares and concerns such as money, possessions and power, and the world tends to be too much with us. Means we are obsessed by these things. The poet means that we care far too much about the worldly things. He says that by using our time, minds and energy in getting and spending, we waste our powers. People are madly running after money and possessions only. He says that money and worldly possessions have become far more important to people. The sole purpose of life has become to earn and spend money only. Now coming to the next two lines. Little we see in nature that is ours. We have given our hearts away, a sordid boon. Now the explanation is, in these lines, the speaker, means the poet, contrasts nature with the world. We hardly care to reflect upon the beauty of nature that belongs to mankind. The poet says that due to the greed for more and more money and worldly possessions, we have given our heart away. Now, the next three lines. This sea that bears her bosom to the moon, the winds that will be howling at all hours and are upgathered now like sleeping flowers. Well, the explanation is, in these lines the poet describes the beauty of nature. There is such an intimacy, the closeness between the sea and the moon, that the sea bears her bosom. The wind continues to howl at all hours. They all look like sleeping flowers with hardly any sense of natural beauty. Sleeping flowers suggest that man is numb and unaware of the beauty and power of the natural world. At the same time, there is also some optimism. The image of sleeping flowers implies that humans are only sleeping and there is some hope that we will wake up and realize the beauty and power of nature. Wordsworth describes nature and personifies its elements, the moon, the sea and the wind, very beautifully. Now coming to the next three lines. For everything we are out of tune. It moves us not, great God, I'd rather be a pagan suckled in a creed outworn. Now the explanation. In these lines, the poet says that we are out of tune with nature because we are caught up in worldly wealth. By describing the harmonious relationship of man and nature as a tune, Wordsworth evokes a sensuous experience of nature. Out of sheer disappointment, the poet appeals to God and even exclaims that he would rather be a pagan lost in some old belief than to be out of touch with nature. Now coming to the next four lines. So might I, standing on this pleasant lea, have glimpses that would make me less forlorn, have sight of Proteus rising from the sea, or hear old Triton blow his wreathed horn. Now, in these lines, the poet says that if he were a pagan, the one who delights in sensual pleasures, he would have glimpses of nature that would make him feel less sad. He would have seen Proteus, the sea god, rising from the sea, or hear Triton, another sea god, blowing his conch shell and calming the sea waves. This implies that the poet looks out at the sea, enjoying nature and having the sight of Proteus and hearing the wreathed horn blown by another sea god, Triton. So here comes the end of the explanation of the poem. Well friends, if you have subscribed to my channel, thank you very much. If you haven't and if you choose to subscribe, I promise that in the coming videos you will get to have much more, and this is my promise and I'll stick to my promise. Thank you.